Now, all schools in Johnson County will be closed for the next 3 weeks. That decision was made yesterday. We heard from the folks who made that for the first time today. Our Kelly Taylor was at this news conference where school and health officials explained their reasoning behind these closures.
Carolyn, they say that this is necessary to help slow the spread of COVID-19. Now, we are at Rushton Elementary in Mission, and this is just one of dozens of schools affected by this.
I have statutory authority to close a school or any agency deemed necessary to protect the public health of the community. I have ordered Johnson County public K-12 schools to remain closed until April 6, 2020.
Schools like Indian Creek Elementary in Johnson County are ordered to take an extended break. Students are out on spring break this week, and yesterday parents learned all JoCo schools would remain out until early April to help alleviate the effects of the coronavirus. During a news conference this morning, health officials, city and school leaders said the decision to close was not made lightly. It was what's necessary to protect the community. Right now, they say they're working on ways to address educating students, providing food for those who depend on school meals, and families who need childcare during this time. We caught up with a grandmother spending time with her 8-year-old granddaughter at the park today to see how they plan to manage.
I have 2 daughters that are teachers, one out in Liberty and one out in Blue Valley here, and they've given me a lot of good ideas.
What kind of things do you think you'll do?
Well, they have a lot of websites, I guess. I saw Scholastic was offering something today for kids.
Now, some students in Johnson County were sent homes with things like iPads and laptops last week before they were dismissed for the spring break holiday. We talked to some school officials, and they say that virtual learning is not as practical as you may think. So coming up at 5 o'clock, I'll tell you why it's not likely that students will switch to online learning. Live in Mission, Kelly Taylor, KCTV 5 News.
No, it is an adjustment. That is for sure. Kelly, thank you for that.
Right now, many parents are just hearing that school's out, and now they'll be scrambling to figure out how to move forward and continue working while dealing with childcare. Our Kelly Taylor is live tonight with more on these breaking developments. And Kelly, I mean, you're a parent. We all know that. You're hearing this news just as parents are hearing this news.
Ellen, it is definitely a shock. When I just learned about this maybe 10 minutes ago, I had to call everyone in my family to let them know that I'm now scrambling, just as you said. But parents, guardians, everyone that I've spoken to today, they don't know really much about what's happening with the educational plan going forward. Now, we are at Rushton Elementary School in Mission, and this is just one of several schools that will now be closed until the end of the year. Well, closed indefinitely, basically, for the rest of this semester, as just announced by the governor.
At this time, I don't know exactly what the plan is. I do think they are trying, like all of us, to figure out what this new normal is for the rest of the year and try to roll out some sort of hybrid plan that can be education driven by the school, but probably executed in large part by the parents.
Now, Greg Dillard is currently working from home, and he brought his kids out to get some fresh air today. He says he tried to find a secluded park to continue practicing social distancing, and he even wiped down some of the playground equipment. His kids are on spring break this week. Yesterday, he and other parents learned all JoCo schools would remain out until early April to help alleviate the effects of the coronavirus. But Governor Laura Kelly just broke the news that K-12 in-person learning is suspended for the rest of the school year. Now, during a news conference this morning, health officials and school leaders said right now they're working on ways to address educating students, which parents should get an update about soon, providing food for those who depend on school meals and families who need childcare during this time. They put together a task force, and we talked about virtual learning. Take a listen to what they said.
It sounds great to talk about, well, we'll just flip to a virtual school format. The logistics, the practicality, and how you do that is not something that school districts are really set up to be able to do.
They said that not all students had enough iPads and laptops, to go out to those students. So that's part of the reason why some people don't have internet access. So it's just not practical to do. They also we'll be rolling out another hotline number to kind of help the health department take some of those calls that they've been getting and alleviate some of that pressure. We'll share that number with you over on our website. That's where you can find it. Right now, live in Mission, Kelly Taylor, KCTV 5 News.
Yeah, forcing so many parents to think about childcare, yourself included. Kelly, thank you.